Hello everyone and welcome to the final entry on the non-FFBE unit list. Here we are. It is time to talk about number one. But before we get to number one, let's take a minute just to remember the unit list that came before it. So at number 15 was Warrior of Light. Next up was Tillith, Freya, Tifa, Kader, Ignis, Kurasami, Flamey, Squall, Rem, Kate Sith, Sephiroth, Aerith, and Rinoa. And that brings us to the number one spot. But before we do, let's get to some honorable mentions. That's right, I want to give a few honorable mentions before we get to number one. And honestly, there were a lot of units I basically had to cut to put on this, to get this list down to, a semblance of something that was, I could be okay with. So I want to talk about the number 15 spot originally, because originally Aerith was not on this list, and then when Aerith came to the game, it was like, oh shit. Who do I cut from this list? And it was actually Choo Choo. Choo Choo was originally the number 15 spot because of Choo Choo's Limit Burst. Honestly, just one of the best Limit Bursts in the entire game, easily. Now, next up on the cut unit list was Queen. Queen is one of my favorite and more recent favorite female characters in Final Fantasy history. I haven't replayed enough of Type O recently, and I can't find my Queen in the list for the life of me. Queen? There she is. But honestly, Queen would have ended up on the list if I probably had more time to play Type O, but I actually really like her a lot, and not getting her 7-star kind of sucks, so hopefully in the future. Next up on the cut unit list was Celeste. Now, Celeste, here's hoping that we do get a nice, shiny 5-star base version of her. But for now, she is pretty cool when it comes, and I'm really hoping that we do get a better version of her, because I think her Sealing Blade idea is super neat. And last unit to be cut from the list is probably just one of my favorite, Final Fantasy summoners ever. It's not Yuna, it's actually Garnet. And Garnet getting her 6-star, I think it was last year, was bittersweet, because I need a better version of her who can summon the Ark. But yeah, Garnet, definitely one of my favorite main girls of the Final Fantasy list, but easily got kicked out by Aerith and Rinoa. So yeah, she was unfortunately not going to make the list. And now we get to number one. Number one. Who could it be? Who could it possibly be? Well, let's get that out of the way and let us talk about this unit. Now, I have talked a little bit in the past about how much I love villains. Villains are just so much fun, but complicated villains are even better. Sephiroth ended up on the list because he's just a character that has such an interesting backstory and everything, and it's great. But when it comes down to it, a unit to be number one from all of Final Fantasy that's not FFBE characters had to be a unit that was incredibly powerful, had to be related to a character I absolutely kind of just adore, and has, a little bit of, maybe a little bit of a bad girl streak. It's kind of hard to say. There's probably going to be a little bit of debate about this and what is potentially wrong with me, but let's roll the music and give you a hint. Because you know what? When I think of tough games from my past, oh dear God, was this one really difficult for me as a teenager. I love strategy games so much. And this game ate up just a ton of time. And this final battle, I actually found incredibly difficult as a young one. Sephiroth, you know, you get Knights of the Round and he's considerably easier. Hell, or even Omnislash. But, and Final Fantasy VIII, oh, Misia with Lionheart? Please, come on, easy. This girl, and yes, she is a girl. This song is even called The Nice Body, Battle Against This Character. Number 1 spot goes to Ultima. Now, or Altima, whoever she is. Basically, if you don't know about it, I'm going to go into spoilers, so plug your ears for a second. She is essentially Alma. Now, I really liked her in the Tactics story. I liked that, you know, she was just kind of this cute girl that I just had a crush on Alma. I thought she was really pretty. Maybe it's because she was the only... Pretty sure, wasn't she a brunette? Or was it just so hard to tell with this bright? Either way, I really loved her in Tactics. And for her to become into the final boss, man, was that cool. But yeah, it's more than that. It's the fact of how powerful this character is. Say what you will about Ellie. Ellie is definitely strong, but Ultima came around right after and said, no, 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 no. I'm the High Seraph. You will not outdo me. And to be fair, I think Ultima is as valuable, if not more valuable, than Ellie. For one thing, Ultima is not a limited time unit, meaning that people can still get her. Secondly, her big magic damage attack is non-elemental, but she also has a more powerful version of Tornado. She's essentially everything you want, and an absolutely cool limit burst with an animation that basically takes a meteor and smashes it into the side of the Earth. What's not to like? Really, this character is just incredible. She screams power, and it's not just that her animations scream power. Her kit screams incredible amounts of power with her Quadracast. She's completely immune to Earth. Yeah, that's right. Oh, you can do Earth damage? That's adorable. But it's not going to be enough to take me down. Ultima is just really, really strong. She has some really cool abilities too that can, well, on a long timer, can do some incredible things that other mages can't. She also has a lot of different spells. Of course, she has Ultima. She has healing abilities too. She is a multi-purpose unit. I love units that can do more than one thing. And Ultima can do just a ton of things. She also has pretty damn incredible stats all around. For a mage, she's got pretty damn high HP, as well as very capable of getting high magic stats with the fact that she can just naturally dual wield. She's basically a kind of an amalgamation of everything I like in a character in Brave Exvius. Generally, I love hybrids, but mages are just more reliable, so kind of give a higher point to mages. She can do a massive amount of damage. She has damage stacking. She has tornado chaining. She has dual cast. She can quadracast her abilities. Yeah. Ultima, you deserve the #1 spot on this top Final Fantasy characters and non-FFBE characters in FFBE. It's a little bit confusing, but the point is that, you know what? Gotta give it to this girl. So with that being said, that is basically it for this list. Thank God, we're finally there. Wait a second, no we're not. We still have the #1 on the other list. I wonder who that could be. But more importantly, we still haven't answered who's the overall #1. Guess you'll just have to wait and find out soon enough. So thank you very much for watching this entire list, and I hope to bring you many more videos in the future. And yeah, tell me, what's your favorite non-FFBE character in FFBE in the comments below? and I will see you all for the conclusion of the other list. See you next time.